Hey, hello. This is Varsha and welcome to the QA world in my YouTube channel. So in this session today we learn about the XPath, what is XPath and how to find the XPath. And I have taken few interviews for automation profiles and I feel like people's having theoretical knowledge, but when I asked him write down XPath for any particular website or for particular web element, but they are not able to write down because they never practice. They have theoretical knowledge like what is the XPath, what is the syntax of XPath, but they are not able to write down a single XPath. So in this session, I will show you how you have to write the XPath, and I will be I having a one small demo where I can show you in practically how you can write down the XPath. So yeah, let's start. Yeah, so let's start. XPath in Selenium WebDriver. Yeah. And what is the agenda for this video? Like, first is what is XPath, second is types of XPath, third is difference between absolute and relative XPath, fourth is when we have to write the XPath, and fifth is how to write XPath. So what is XPath basically? XPath is XML path is an expression. So basically X is denoting XML and this is a XML path. It is a type of locator. So in Selenium there is a multiple types of locators, ID, class, name, and XPath is also one of them, and which is used to find the element in XML document. In Selenium it is commonly used to find the web elements. Yeah. So what all the types of XPath? There is a two types. One is absolute, another one is relative XPath. The difference between absolute and relative XPath is when you are writing XPath from root object HTML tag to find the specific element presented. So basically, the HTML structure is start from the HTML root, and we have to write the path from the root tag to the tag where our element is presented. So that is the absolute XPath where we have to traverse from top to desired element. And this start with single slash, and in this relative XPath means that you can start by directly referencing the element that you want to identify. So basically you can directly jump to that particular tag where your element is presented. It starts with double slash, and inside the absolute XPath, single slash is representing you are starting from the root of the HTML structure. And in relative XPath, we are pointing the element to the specific position, not starting from the beginning. And how absolute XPath is looking: HTML body header, what are the tag names are presented in that path. And it looks like some formula starting from the double slash, tag name, attribute, and the value of attribute. And when we have to write the XPath, basically it used when we want, when we don't have any general locators in HTML DOM like ID, class name, name, etc. So in Selenium we have multiple types of locators presented in that particular HTML tag, but if there is not any locators presented, so that time we have to write the XPath. And the next thing is to handle dynamic elements. Like few elements are changing frequently on the real time. So the single thing or single locator will not be right for each and every time. So it will be fail our script in future. So that time we have to handle this situation by writing dynamic XPath. And for this particular thing, there is a one note, there is a one particular exception, that is a element not interactable exception. So this is a one of the exception in Selenium, and there is a multiple reasons to raising this exception, but sometimes if your HTML DOM is not allowing you to to locate that particular web element on this particular web page. So it's throwing this element, this exception, and to handle this exception, you have to write your customized exception XPath. And the next thing is, what is syntax of XPath? So the relative XPath syntax is like starting from the double slash tag name, square brackets, at the rate, and the attribute, and then the value of attributes. And I'll show you one small demo. I'll show you how to write absolute and relative XPath. Here I'm just selecting make my trip this icon and writing proper absolute XPath for this. So as this make my trip web element is presented inside the image tag, and let me scroll up and see the root tag. So the HTML tag is a root tag, as we also understood from the previous slides. So yeah, I'm simply writing this HTML root tag name and slash. Inside this HTML tag, we have two sub tags, one head and one body. So my element is presented inside the body, and let me write down a body, then slash. Inside this body, we have a div, so div, and again slash, and after that one more div is presented, and after this div we have one more div. So simply we have to write down the path till our web element is presented. So after this div we have one more div, last div, and inside this div we have a tag, yeah, and after this a we have one picture tag, picture, okay, and then again slash, and inside this picture our element is presented inside the image tag. So let me write down an image tag. Yeah, it's simply denoting the web element when I'm entering on this path. Let me show you here also, like it is showing 1 of 1. So it is this XPath is presenting single web element on a web page. It means it is a unique XPath. So yeah, right, and then let me write down a relative XPath. I'm simply hovering on this super offer, and this super offer is presented inside a li. As you can see, this is hovering. When I am hovering on this tag, it's populating the super offer web element. So we have one locator, that is a class inside this tag name. So let me simply use this locator to writing a relative XPath, and let me copy the value of this attribute. Yeah, it is started by double slash, and my tag name li, square bracket, and then add attribute name, the value of attribute name. Yeah, simply populating my super offer web element. Yeah, that is the way we can write absolute and relative XPath. I'll also show you in my later videos. In my upcoming video, I'll show you in my upcoming videos like how we can use different locators and how we can use different method in writing XPath. So it will be really helpful for you. Yeah.